Hi guys, me again, moley-kun. This week I wanted to start off the new year, because this is the new video of the new year, I think. Yes, last one was New Year's Eve, so this is the new video of the new year. Happy 2018 people. So I wanted to start it off with a Q&A video. So for the last month I've been asking on Twitter, on Discord, I left a message on last week's video for questions from you guys. I got 11 questions back, which is quite good actually. Well, I tell you what, I got more than 11 questions. I got 16 questions, but 8 of them were from Lon Lon. So I've cut Lon Lon down to 3 questions. I think 8 was a bit much for one person for one video. Anyway, let's dive into them questions. The first one I'm answering is from Zytal. It's it will be links to everyone's channels as well down in the description. So Zytal's question: if I could be a vegetable, what vegetable would I be? I had to have a really good think about this one, because I'm not sure I would want to be a vegetable at all. And technically what I've chosen isn't a vegetable, but still, it's in the end I decided I'm going to have to be a mushroom. Because I absolutely love mushrooms. I will put them into whatever I'm cooking. And yeah, so I think I'll be a mushroom. They're tasty, they're meaty. They can grow in the most absurd circumstances. I mean, they don't need light to photosynthesize, which is an advantage over other vegetables. And they don't need another plant to germinate and reproduce. They can just spread themselves through spores. They're pretty hardy mushrooms. So yeah, if I think I had to be a vegetable, I'd be a mushroom. Yeah. So next question comes from the Diary of Hyrule. Would I rather drink orange juice expecting it to be milk, or drink milk expecting it to be orange juice? I think I'd rather drink orange juice expecting it to be milk. Because with milk, if I was drinking it and suddenly I was getting orange juice, that would be quite nasty, because I'd get the smooth, creamy milk, is what I would be expecting, and then I'd get this sharp, citrusy orange juice. It'd be like the milk has gone off. So I think I'd have it the other way round. Yeah, I'd have it the other way around. I'd rather drink orange juice expected. I'd rather drink orange juice expected. No. What am I saying? Milk expecting it to be orange juice. God, this question's confusing. Either I want to drink orange juice and it turned out to be milk, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, this is going so well already. Okay. Next question is from Joe Larkey. Pineapple on pizza. Yes! That's not even a question. You know, of course you have pineapple on pizza. It's like the best topping. Just, you have it with ham, you have it with mushrooms. Just, there we go, sorted. Nice happy pizza. Okay, so next, Bold Book Geek. Got 2 questions. First gaming system. Now, I'm not sure if you meant the first one I owned or the first one I had. Because the first one I owned was a Nintendo Entertainment System back when I was 5, 6? Yeah, Nintendo Entertainment System, which my father bought me. And it had Tetris, it had Dr. Mario, it had Super Mario Brothers on it, it had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was a diabolically difficult game. I could never get past level 2. It was really difficult. Anyway, yeah, so I had that. And my mother went and sold it to the guy who used to bully me at school, so that was fun. But yeah, that was the first gaming system I owned. But first one I had was in the house we had an Atari 2600, which was my father's, and I used to play Centipede on it with him, and I actually used to do better than him sometimes. So yeah, there's 2 answers to that question. Atari 2600 is the first one I had, and then the NES was the first one I owned. So the next question, and I had to think about this a lot, because is which is my favourite book? And I've got so many books. I mean, I've got bookshelves here, bookshelves there, books just in a pile there. I've got bookshelves out in the hallway. I have so many books, it's ridiculous. So I really had to think long and hard as to what my favourite book is. I'm actually going to do two. I'm going to do my favourite non-fiction book. And that would be if I can pull it off the shelf here. No, that's not the one. Yeah, here we go. Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics. This actually links in with my favourite fiction book. But the Nicomachean Ethics is a book I find myself going back to time and time again for my work. My main thesis at university was based around this. A lot of my subsequent work has been based around this. And my A-level thesis was based around this. So I've spent a lot of time getting to know and love this book. And for those of you who don't know, Aristotle, ancient Greek philosopher, wrote loads of stuff, but the Nicomachean Ethics is his view on how people should live their lives. And it doesn't take the deontological approach like Kant does, where it's you can't lie to anyone ever, you can't murder anyone ever, it's just bad, don't do it. Or the Bentham idea of you can do it so long as it promotes happiness. You know, so killing Hitler would have saved all those people, it would have been the good thing to do to kill Hitler. This doesn't do any of that. This just goes, live by your virtues and live by what you're good at. So long as you do what you're good at and act with the right virtues in the right time, you can live a good and happy life. So it's like, you take the soldier. The soldier's good at killing people. So long as he goes and kills the people within his function as a soldier, that is a right and proper thing to do. Whereas the politician, he's good at speaking nonsense. So long as he speaks nonsense within his role, that's good and proper, and he's a good person as well. So it's living by your virtues within your function in society. It's a view on ethics I try to stick to and I live by. Really, it's the deontological system of ethics. It's, yeah, the one I tend to go by. I mean, it's a bit more complicated than what I'm saying, but I'm trying to briefly sum it up for the video. So then that leads me on to my favourite fiction book, and that is Sophies World by Justine Gardner. This was brought to me as a Christmas present when I was, to get the age right, when I would have been 12, 13 by my therapist Hilary. She knew I was, without being too boastful, a pretty smart kid and was quite inquisitive and always trying to see things in a different way. So she bought me Sophies World as a Christmas present. And it's the novel about this girl called Sophie, who starts getting these mysterious letters from some guy. And the letters turn out to be a sort of philosophy course via postal mail. And it all gets really confusing, because later on there's another girl, Hildegard, who is meant to be receiving the letters Sophie is, and then so Sophie ends up having to, by care of her, send the letters to Hildegard, and it all gets very confusing. But each chapter takes you through a different philosopher or different school of philosophers, and sort of briefly introduces you to their ideas. And this was my first introduction to philosophy, and I fell in love with this book. I fell in love with philosophy, and since then that's where my life has taken me. It's taken me to philosophy and the abstract ideas. I mean, just opening it up quickly here, you start off with the pre-Socratics of Democritus, and then you move on to Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and Hellenistic philosophers, and then later on you get into Descartes, Spinoza, the Bishop Berkeley, Kant, Hegel, and even Freud is in there. Freud is another one of the thinkers that my work has been based around largely. But if you don't really know what philosophy is, or you have some idea but you think it's all a bit too heavy for you, start with this book. It's a light-hearted book, and it will introduce you to the ideas and give you an idea where to go and look next. It's just a beautiful book. This is actually my second copy I've owned, to be honest, because my first one, I pitched a tent up in the garden when I was younger, went out there, read it, started reading it again, left it in the tent. What I didn't realise was I pitched the tent up inside out, and it rained that night and completely ruined the book, because the tent wasn't waterproofed as it was inside out. So this is my second copy of the book I've owned. But still, it still holds the same memories for me, and I just love this book. So I've been waffling quite a bit actually about them two books. So I should probably move on to the next question, but thank you Bob Book Geek for them ones. So now we're getting on to the, well, actually before I go on to the more serious ones, let's get the other silly ones over. Lon Master, or Lon Lon, has given me two silly ones and a serious one, so well, two-ish silly ones I should say. So the silly one is, how tall am I? 5 foot. So I'm pretty short. I'm shorter than any average guy, but that doesn't matter. Apparently it makes me adorable. I don't see that myself, but you know, I get a lot of guys calling me adorable, calling me cute, or whenever I go out to go clubbing, I get guys come up to me and go, "Oh, you're really small, but I can pick you up," and fail miserably. But and I'll say, yeah, I'm not really sure if there's an advantage being smaller, but that's just how it is. I'm 5 foot. End of. Is my dog a good boy? No, she's a bitch. She's a bitch, Lon Lon. She's a bitch. Finally, how did I get into dancing? This is a good question. For those of you who don't know, I do modern jive dancing. There's a video on my channel somewhere where I am dancing. It started with back at the start of, where are we now, 2018, so back at the start of 2016, January 2016, just after my birthday. Actually, it goes a bit before that. One of my colleagues have been trying to get me to come dancing with them. Said, "Oh, you'll love it, it's great fun, you'll meet loads of new friends." And I was like, I hate dancing. I have 2 left feet, absolutely hate dancing, you'll never get me doing it. Fast forward, January 2016, I go out to her birthday party at the end of January. At the end of that, after we had the meal, they go, "Oh, well, a lot of us are going dancing, you can come along and just watch. I know you don't dance or anything, but you just come and watch." So I went and watched. So I actually gave it a bit of a try despite not knowing any of the moves. I had a couple of dances with people explaining what I'm doing, and thought, actually, this is really quite fun. And so I started going to the classes, and that was how I got into it. And it's completely changed my view. Before then, it's like I said, I absolutely hated dancing. You'd never catch me dead doing it. Now I live for dancing. It takes up a lot of my spare time, because there's classes on a wet Monday, there's classes on a Wednesday, classes on a Thursday. There's usually a freestyle on a Friday or a Saturday, and then there's the socials with your friends as well. Like, actually, once I've finished recording and sorting this out, I've got to dash off and meet Joe, because we're playing some more Arkham Horror today. So I've got to, yeah, get a move on, I think. So, you know, I'd say it's improved my life, actually, dancing. Definitely. Yeah. That's how I got into it. So, next question, from Frost Plays. What are my plans for YouTube in 2018? Now, I didn't have any plans for 2018, so I've had to come up with some. And I think I'd like to get to 50 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm at 37 now, which is more than I actually thought I'd get, considering I just talk about my life and nobody really cares. But, you know, so 50 subscribers I'd like to get to by the end of the year, and get my videos up to a 50 view per video average. At the moment it's sort of hovering around the 20-30 mark. I'd like to get that up to 50 if possible. Still, so we'll see how that goes. Next is Carl Dude. I'm not sure who they are, but exactly, but I know they are one of my followers, Fifi the Unicorn's girlfriend. So, how did I get into YouTube? This is actually my second channel I had. Had? Tenses? Anyway, this is my second channel, either way. My first channel was with a friend, and it was a gaming channel, moley-kun and quina-chan. And we did gaming. And it was because we used to meet up, once a week and just play video games. And some of the things we used to say and some of the things we got up to, she said one day, if anyone ever watched this, they'd laugh. And I said, well, why don't we, record it for YouTube? And then people could laugh. And we ummed and ahed about it and didn't really take it too seriously until we went to Comic-Con later that year. And there we met another small YouTuber, Jelson975, who doesn't make content anymore, sadly. He quitted earlier this year. I do miss his videos. He did gaming videos as well. He was quite funny, but still. But anyway, we met him, and he did a bit of a talk as to how to get into YouTube and why, and that was a sort of spark we needed to do it ourselves, and so we went and started doing it. We didn't have much of a setup. We just had a camera, which we had balanced, which is pretty much the same setup I use, a camera balanced on boxes or whatever to get to the right height. And I do have a tripod now, thanks to Brenda. But then, but it works. And so we started getting into, that's how we got into YouTube. As we were doing the gaming videos, I realised there are things I wanted to talk about as well, which would make good videos, like my depression and stuff. But I didn't want to associate it with the gaming channel, because it was a gaming channel. So I then went and started my own channel, which is this channel. And that's how I got into YouTube and how this channel came to be. So, thank you for that. And last one from Rad Dog Gaming. Where did I get my name from? I'm assuming you're on about moley-kun. Moley-kun actually started off as a school nickname, because apparently I looked like a mole when I was at school, and so people used to call me Mole Boy. I can't remember if it started off as an insult, it started off as just a friendly joke, but anyway, me and my tiny group of friends, we sort of stole it and turned it into a nickname, and so Mole Boy it became. In fact, my school hoodie still has Mole Boy written on the back of it instead of my proper name. So it was Mole Boy sort of came and stuck, and then over time this sort of grew, it became Moley, and then me and Imogen started getting into anime and sort of Japanese culture. It became moley-kun, and so it just stuck, really. So yeah, that's how I got my name from. It started off as a school joke. So yeah, I think I've done all the questions now. Yeah, that's all the questions done. So thank you for watching, guys. Like I said, I'll put all the links to channels from everyone who's gave a question in the description below. Go check out all their channels. Especially at Diary Hyro, we have some really fun stuff on this channel. And so does Book Geek, actually. There's a lot of sort of talking about books, which is because of him I went and got the new Philip Pullman, The Book of Dust, for Christmas. So go check him out, definitely. Anyway, thank you for watching. I shall see you all again next week, and till then, take care and bye.